Winship County, West Virginia, once scenic green mountains now scarred by mines and company shantytowns. Labor trouble in the mines wasn't breeding nobility on either side. Let me guess, striking for more money? You know it, mine owners are caving in all over the state, except for this mother. I mean, with the pressure he's getting from the other owners, how long can he hold out? Of course, you're talking about Glenn Maynard, president of Associated. Yeah, he thinks he's the president, all right. Hey, Maynard, who do you think you are, God? Get out of my way or I'll pin you against the gate. Okay, fellas, let's clear out. Just cool it now, here? You don't want your union having to buy Mr. Maynard a new paint job, right? You ain't nothing, Maynard! Hey, Jerry, I know your ma didn't raise you like that. Hit the trail, boys. Get on now! Tempers were worn almost to the breaking point. It was going to get worse before it got better. But what was moving into Winship County would make the strike seem like a wedding reception with an open bar. Richard, you better know where we're going.
I told you, Pot, the next road you hang a left. Looks nice, Richard. Tom and me thought you'd like it. We ought to be okay here till they come with the bulldozers.
Won't be doing that with a strike on. Be okay for your...
Ours, Henry.
October 2nd, 1:30 a.m. Glenn Maynard, mine executive, was on his way home after a long day at the bargaining table. He was about to lose the most important negotiation of his life.
I'll get it, Ma. Ma! Ma! The door's wide open!
The cage is empty. Oh, I don't believe.
Must have been last night. I had a dream. I was praying and the Lord came to me.
We probably should go into town. You boys wait here. You know what to do. His wife came across him this morning. She'd been visiting her folks in Charleston. Hell of a homecoming. Any leads, Chief? Ideas? Leads? No. Ideas? Yeah, lots. Maynard had a lot of folks around here hating him, and that was before the strike. Looks like he was worked over with a handpick, a miner's tool. Hate him enough to kill him like that?
Let go of me!
Now, ma'am, Mrs. Maynard, maybe you should You can't take him away from me! Keep back, folks. Give her some air. Sarah, stay out of this. You know what'll happen.
I can't. This is what I do. We did relock the cage, right? Yeah, but it seems like maybe Ma's done the Lord's work again. Maybe we can stop it this time. I don't think so. Let's get out of here!
Al and Gracie were happily married, but not to each other. They loved those long walks in the piney woods, hand in hand. They simply lived for these little midday trysts in their secret place.
Al, look!
Today, those stolen moments they lived for were to be the death of them. Kolchak, I can't hear you! What about the story? Tony, this town is a powder keg, I'm telling you, and there's some nut playing with matches. 3 people have been killed, and I've got a feeling that's just for openers. What about the strike, Carl? That is why you're there, you know. People want to know what this is going to cost them this winter. If this thing explodes down here, they can start praying for a mild winter. I need the strike story now, Kolchak! I can't hear you, Tony. Must be some static on this end. I gotta get going, though. I'm supposed to be at a wake. A what? Kolchak! Al's widow Joni was taking it. She was a miner's wife, and her father was a miner as well. Death was never that far away. Mrs. Brannigan, please excuse me, but I thought you'd want to know this. Found a witness who saw Al pick up Gracie on Willow Street where she works. Appears he was just giving her a lift home. Way I figure it, whoever it was hiding in the car and forced Al to drive to that lonely place. We'll get him. You got my word on that. That was a very kind thing you did there, Chief. Mrs. Brannigan had to be wondering what Al was doing out there with another woman. Wouldn't have done her any good. Besides, it could have happened just like I said. Sure, sure. How about Gracie's husband? Mine explosion a couple of years back. Paralyzed from the waist down. I've been getting a lot of flack from you reporters, so I called you here to tell you what I'm doing about these murders. Like solving them? Thank you, Mr. Kolchak. I want you to know that I talked to both management and the union. Told them to cool it, or I'll be on the horn to the governor and bring troops in here. Chief, these killings could have nothing to do with the strike. I say they do. Well, how do you explain the fact that all the victims were killed the same way? Ever hear of an eye for an eye? Yeah, I've heard of it, but how come the score's management 4 eyes to workers 2? The girl was a witness. I guess they had to kill her too. I guess she doesn't count, huh? I heard that, Mr. Kolchak. That's it for now, boys. Didn't he ask us here? What's on your mind? The score. If you're right, this ballgame is only in the 2nd inning. a Carl Kolchak reporter. I've been covering the strike and...
Good for you. Union don't want us talking to no reporters.
What happened to your arm? Looks like you tangled with a lion.
Yeah, whatever.
I'd seen wounds exactly like those before, very recently on 3 murder victims. If he had been attacked and escaped, why wouldn't he want to talk about it? DMV gave me a make on the pickup. Registered owner one Henry Blackshear, Hamilton, Pennsylvania. Hamilton was another mining town. Something in my gut told me that wasn't all it had in common with Winship County. We had some killings like these a couple years ago. You don't forget something like that. You said there were some similar murders. How many? 5. No arrests? None. Would it be any trouble to tell me when the killing started and when it stopped? No trouble, the cases are still open. Let's see here. First victim was April 30th, and the last was August 22nd, the same year. Now what's this all about? You got something? If I have, it's back in West Virginia. I'll keep in touch. 725 Broadway Street, according to the truck's registration, was where the Blackshears lived here in Hamilton. I wanted a reading on them from their old neighbors. What kind of people were they? The neighbors gave them good marks. The Blackshear men worked in the mines. Sarah, Mrs. Blackshear, was some kind of angel to these people. With a prayer and a touch, she had some kind of healing ability. They moved in here in late April and were gone around the end of August. The neighbors remembered the murders, but none of them seemed to pick up on the fact that they started just shortly after the Blackshears arrived, and stopped just before they left town. I needed information on murders committed in Appalachia during that time period. I needed to have the when and where wired to my hotel in West Virginia. So I called in a few favors. I think I'm overdrawn in that department. The information was waiting for me when I got there. What I expected. Quite a list of similar occurrences out here. One more piece filled out the puzzle. Yeah, what can I do for you? Hello, I'm Carl Kolchak, reporter. All you guys get the same news handout. That's union policy. Wait a minute, this doesn't have anything to do with the strike. I'm only interested in a couple of men who recently transferred to this locale, the Blackshears. What about them? Oh, I'd imagine you might say, have a record of other locals they belong to? We might. You guys in some kind of trouble?
Why?
Newspaper guy outside at the desk is asking questions about you.
Thanks.
No way, those records are the property of the union and are confidential. There is a way. I can come back here with a court order. Do that then.
Car back there. Might be following us.
See what happens when I turn in by the house. Lots of places we can wait before heading on. Following a rat into a rat hole was not always the best approach, which I only learned by trying it one too many times. I gave them 15 minutes to decide that they weren't being followed so they could come back out. Great plan. Worked like a charm. So, once again, into the rat hole. I'll never learn. After waking from my little nap, I saw things differently. Or rather, I didn't see some things at all. The cage, a nice big piece of evidence, had vanished. Everything had vanished. The old Kolchak luck really working overtime. I'm saying there's a connection! Because they plugged you for snooping around their place. Because of what I told you about Hamilton, Pennsylvania. The murders only happened while they were in town. Check out these towns with the same kind of murders, and I'll bet you find out that the Blackshears were in town. How will I find that out? The Union has records. They'll have to open them up for you. What if you're wrong? Well, I'm wrong then. But what have you got to lose if I'm right? Yeah? I'm on my way. There goes your theory, Mr. Kolchak. What? There's been another murder. You said the Blackshears had moved on. I'm through running and hiding, Sarah. We're going to the police.
Henry, it's our cross to bear. And maybe things will be like before.
Alright, folks, I know how you feel, but we really need to clear the room. That goes for you, too. Now, come on. But, Chief, look at those wounds! Just like the others, you can't tell me you think... Have some respect, Mr. Kolchak. Leave her alone! What just happened? Sounded like a gunshot, but I think I know what's going on. Look, I'm a little busy here. This thing's just been shot, so I know we can hurt it. And Chief, there's a lot more to it, and you know it. You saw that boy get healed. What I do know is that I got a chance to catch this thing, and I can't do that talking to you. Chief, you're letting the answers drive away! Sheriff Chief Peoples here. I need some serious manpower, all that you can spare. You're bleeding.
He's been shot, Henry. So I've been shot. Don't move, reporter.
Whatever you say.
I'm gonna have to take you to Pa now. Down you go.
Well, why don't we just pretend you never saw me and I'll go home?
Let's move.
I'll take that as a no. What is he doing here?
I found the reporter. He was snooping around, Pa.
I was looking for the Blackshear family, but you're not all present.
Who or what do you keep in the cage? Sonny, our youngest boy.
Sarah, stop.
You said we've hid long enough. Your son?
I don't care what anybody says. We done the best we could. But the cage couldn't always hold him, and he liked to kill when he got out.
It was because of me. My calling to do the Lord's work. It's Belial's way of tempting me.
Belial? The devil?
Sonny was a beautiful child. Then the changes began.
Well, how do you know that it was him? The devil?
We all heard him. He said we could have Sonny back the way he was, but Ma had to stop doing that healing thing.
And you didn't buy into it.
I had to believe in God's power over the devil's.
He's led him to us. We're getting out of here.
How?
Air shaft, quarter-mile down that tunnel.
How about I just wait here nice and quiet?
No, let's go. Kolchak, what are you doing here? You better have a real good answer.
Just getting to the bottom of things.
But as useless as the rest of your so-called answers. The dog's tracked it here, so where is it?
It tripped.
A bet. I want a Gertie down here and all the rope we can get.
Need a hand, Chief?
How long has it been since you climbed a mile?
No problem. Piece of cake.
Piece of cake, huh?
Ow, 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 ow.
May have to leave you down here. Where's this dead monster that's supposed to be here? That's it? You call that a monster? I'd like to know what in the hell's going on.
That's exactly right, Chief. Hell is what's going on here.
I sent you out to cover the strike. And where were you when it was settled?
About a mile underground.
Every wire service in the country scooped us, even though I had a so-called reporter on the scene.
Sorry, Tony, but the strike settlement wasn't the big story.
Really?
Tony, let me tell you.
Please, don't tell me what was. Doesn't anybody ever listen to me around here?
Sure we do, Tony, sure we do. Now listen, and I'll tell you about a living devil, the Prince of Darkness.
You don't have to, because I'm already looking at one.
Tony!
No, not another word.
But
I said no!
And if you think my assigning you to the Daffodil Festival is bad, just wait!
the Blackshears are probably on their way to another small mining town by now. They won't be pressed with any charges, for their involvement can never be proved. Sarah Blackshear will probably be lauded as a modern-day saint. Her healing can't do any more harm now. She paid a high price in the death of her son. But she can now do the Lord's work without having to pay the devil his due.